it is the best century. Because why? Because the economic are growing tremendously, and technology is getting more and more advanced. And in this 21st century, it also improving the quality of our life as well. Now, of course, in this 21st century, in pursuing the quality of life, I'm sure that a lot of the people also at the same time compromise their health as well. Because of their busy schedule or even stress level, lack of sleeps, lack of exercise, or even environmental pollution. As a result of this, it actually affects their health. And the worst part is that all this health issue is getting younger and younger. We all know that, yeah. But of course, in living in this 21st century, let me just ask all of you, ladies and gentlemen, a question. Okay, living in this 21st century, are you having any of these problems? Yeah, such as having poor immune system. You always feel tired and fatigued and fall sick easily. Even because of your lifestyle, your busy schedule, you don't eat your food on time. And what happens is that as a result of that, you have poor digestive system. And of course, lack of sleep, stress level, it causes you to have a premature aging or even poor skin complexion, or a lot of people are suffering from chronic disease such as high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart problem, and also lack of sleep can cause a lot of poor memories. So in this 21st century, while pursuing the quality of life, are you experiencing all these health problems as well? And if you do have all these problems, now, wouldn't you want, just hold on, I think it's hanged already. In this 21st century, if you do have all these problems, wouldn't you want to live youthfully like any other people as well? Okay, what do I mean by live youthfully? It means that not only you look younger than your actual age, at the same time, it is youthfully also talking about youthfulness is also referring to health, okay, healthy. That means you are healthy, you are energetic, high spirit, and you have a good vitality. And of course, the most important thing is that you live healthily and grow old healthily as well. Now, wouldn't you want to be those people who are same as those people who are living youthfully as well? Now, if you do want to be one of them, okay, now what I'm going to share with you is that don't worry, the CVMGR is here actually to provide you the solution. Now, who exactly is CVMGR? CVMGR is actually, it's called the Cell Vitality and Molecular Genetic Research Institute. This particular institute is actually formed by 4 organizations, which included Vantros, the Plant Intel Institute, plus the Science Academy of Science, together with Sydney University. Now, this institute, CVMGR, is actually formed about five years ago. Now, the main purpose is that we set up this institute is actually to produce good products, good quality products, effective products to help to resolve whatever issues that you are facing, yeah, in terms of health. And of course, the first product that we came up with is actually called CV8, okay? CV actually stands for cell vitality, and the 8 actually represent infinity. Now, the CV8 is actually the solution to youthfulness. What is exactly is CV8? CV8 is actually an 80 years old wild Korean ginseng stem cell super phytochemical essence formulated by this CVMGR that helps you to regain your youthfulness, okay? And of course, the main ingredient of this CV8, there are actually 4 of them, okay? And the first, of course, it is a certified 50 years old and above wild Korean ginseng stem cell, okay? And of course, it comes with Sibatong as well, Aronia as well, and pomegranate. Now, first of all, why do we put ginseng in? Yeah, why we choose Korean wild ginseng stem cell? Now, as you know, Korean ginseng has been well known, and it is discovered and used for over more than 5,000 years in Asia. It is well known for its healing property and health improvement as well. So a lot of people actually took this ginseng. They know the benefits of this ginseng. And even ginseng is actually a royal health tonic for emperors in China in the past. Okay. Now let me just give you some example. One of the good example is actually in Qing dynasty. Now, we know that in Qing dynasty, there's a lot of emperors, correct? And of course, one of the emperors called Qianlong, he actually lived longer. He lived until at the age of 89 years old or 86 years old. Yeah? As compared to other emperors in Qing dynasty, the average age they live up to is actually only until 39, about 39 years old. But Qianlong, the Emperor Qianlong lives the longer. Why? He lives until at the age of 86. Why? Because throughout his life, he actually ate 359 times wild ginseng. That's why it helps him to live longer as well as maintains his health. That is why he can live longer. If you talk about at that time, if you can live up to 89 years old, it's already considered quite long already. Another classic example is actually King Yongju from Korea in Joseon dynasty. Now, this particular king actually lives longer until the age of 81. And the secret of living until so long is because starting from the age of 72, he ate about 10 kg of wild ginseng, okay, every year, okay. That is why he also considered as living the longest age in Korea. And of course, a modern example is actually, you know who is Shao Yifu. He is actually an entrepreneur from Hong Kong. He is actually the founder of TVB. Now, he lives until at the age of 106 years old. Now, why he can live so long? His secret is what? His secret is actually at the age of about 50 plus, he start to take one wild ginseng per day. Okay, every day he will take one wild ginseng. And after at the age of about 60 plus, every day he will take a piece of wild ginseng and put it in his mouth and chew. That is why he can live up to 106 years old. Okay, and of course the ginseng, one of the ginseng is actually the stem cell is actually the key ingredient, one of the most important ingredient in our CV8. Now, of course, as you know, there are many types of ginseng in the market. Okay, we have Korean ginseng, we have American ginseng, or even Chinese ginseng. But in our formula, why we choose Korean ginseng? Because Korean ginseng, according to research, Korean ginseng actually contains the most phytochemical called ginsenoside as compared to other ginseng in the world. Korean ginseng actually contains about 38 types of ginsenoside. And the research even shows that if it is a wild Korean ginseng, the ginsenoside is even more. So American ginseng only about 14 types, Chinese ginseng only about 15 types. Okay, so the stem cell that we use is actually the wild Korean 80 years old wild Korean ginseng. But of course, the certificate of the expert can the maximum they can certify the Korean ginseng is only up to 50 years old and above. But of course, according to the experts, the ginseng that we use estimated to be about 70 to 80 years old Korean wild ginseng. Okay, and of course, we took up the stem cell. How do we do that? How do we achieve that? It is actually through the technology from this institute called Plantel. Now, who exactly is this Plantel? Plantel is actually the first and only team on the planet who has successfully isolated and cultivated CMC stem cell, in which this has no one has ever achieved in the past 160 years. Okay, in other words, they are the first and the only team that able to extract the CMC stem cell. Now, in the market, we have heard a lot of people talking about stem cell. Okay, if for example, the switch apple stem cell and things like that. In actual fact, whatever you heard in the market is actually not the real stem cell. Okay, they are the stem cell called the differentiate stem cell, which stands for DDC, the differentiated cell. It means the cell has undergone the differentiation. That is why it is not the real stem cell. For example, apple stem cell, switch apple stem cell is the differentiated stem cell which have the healing property, but it is not the original stem cell. Okay, and even this achievement has been published in one of the very famous magazine called Natural Biotechnology. Okay, the Plantel is the first and the only company institute that actually successfully and cultivated this CMC stem cell. Now, in actual fact, it hangs again. Sorry, In actual fact, what does CMC actually stands for? CMC actually stands for cambial meristematic cell. Now, if you talk about this cell, this is the original of life of a plant. Okay, this is we consider it as the virgin cell, which has not go under differentiation. Okay, and it is the younger cell in the plant. Usually, where can you find it? You can find it in the leaf bark, root tips, or cambial layers. And this CMC cell, sometimes they call it the immortal cell because this cell will never die. It will never die. Okay, and sometimes it is referred as totipotent cell as well, because this is the original cell which you can differentiate into any other types of cell for a plant. And of course, the research shows that this particular CMC cell has an outstanding tolerance to environmental stress. That is the original cell of the plant. Now, of course, what's the difference between the CMC cell and DDC cell? Now, DDC cell, as I mentioned just now, is called the differentiated cell. Now, DDC cell is not the real stem cell because it is a cell which undergoes differentiation already. And of course, it has a healing property. But what is so different about the CMC cell and the DDC cell? There's a lot of difference. The first difference is that it is different in cell morphology. Now, if you talk about CMC cell, look at the first picture. All the cell, the size of the cell are similar. That means the size is the same. And of course, the DDC cell, it consists of various type of different shape and size. That is why the CMC, it is not easy to be damaged during the isolation process, while this DDC can be damaged easily during the isolation process. That is the first difference. It is different in size. all the CMC cell are all identical, are closely packed together, while the DDC is actually different in shape and size. Okay, and number two, it is different in cell viability. Now, if you this picture is actually talks about the CMC cell. Okay, as we mentioned just now, this CMC cell is considered as immortal cell. Why? It won't die. Okay, and of course, if you look at CMC cell, after extracting it out, if you leave it for 22 months, the cell is the same. It remains the same. It won't change. But however, for DDC cells such as the switch apple stem cell, you know, if you extract it out and if you place for 22 months, it will age and die subsequently. Yeah. So that is the difference between the CMC cell and DDC cell. And of course, the third difference is it is different in vacuolar numbers. Now, if you talk about the CMC cell, all the CMC cell is in small vacuolar, okay, while the DDC is in single huge vacuolar. That is why CMC is not easy to break, okay, while this is very easy to break. Yeah. And of course, there is also a difference in starch number. As you know, starch is the energy source of plants. Yeah, the more number of starch in the cell, the higher the activity of cell division and biosynthesis. Now, in CMC, it contains a lot of starch, while DDC, less starch. That is why CMC, the activity of cell division is actually higher. Of course, the biosynthesis is higher as well as compared to DDC. Okay, there is another difference between the CMC and the DDC. And of course, it is different in cell aggregation. Okay, if you look at CMC, now CMC, usually the cells are suspended within small cell cluster, while DDC are higher aggregated and form different size of cluster. That is why if you talk about CMC, you can find little of residues. It is very smooth, no residues. While DDC, because the cell easy to die off or break under shear stress, and you can see a lot of residues left behind. Yeah. So CMC is more smooth, while this is more rough. Yeah, with residues. And of course, the antioxidant contains is also different. CMC contains higher antioxidant properties as compared to DDC. It can be shown in terms of the these bubbles. The more bubbles it is, the more the antioxidants the stronger the antioxidants properties. So DDC have less. CMC has higher. Stronger antioxidant properties. And if you talk about phytochemical biosynthesis ability, DDC has less biosynthesis ability. Now, this is actually a classic example of the difference between CMC and DDC. Now, this particular research is actually done on U3. So they took the needle DDC as well as embroid DDC from the U3. So they compare with the CMC, and the CMC, of course, has the higher biosynthetic ability. It produces more bacilloctasis, yeah, as compared to the DDC. Okay, and these are actually the difference between the CMC and DDC. DDC, sometimes we call it the cutlass as well. Okay. And of course, not only Plantel is the first institute in the world to extract the CMC stem cell, they also have a very advanced production systems. Okay, now this is actually the production systems. Okay, what they do is that initially they will take the mother plant, then they will collect the tissue, and they will do an isolation so that they can get a CMC stem cell. And after the isolation, they will do a cell line establishment, in which after you complete this process, there are three things you can do. Either you store the original, what you call it, the CMC stem cell into the plant stem cell bank, or you send it for mass production in suspension culture. And of course, some people will ask whether our products is actually going through a genetic editing. In actual fact, we didn't go through any genetic editing. Now, there is another process which this Plantel can do, is that if they want to, want to produce any vaccines or antibody, what they can do is that they can take the stem cell and go through a genetic editing, so that it produces the antibody and also the vaccine for use lah. But for our case, we don't go through this process. Immediately after the cell line establishment, we will send for mass produce. And of course, because of this unique production system and advanced production system, number one, what we can do is that we can preserve a lot of those rare plant stem cell in the bank, and we can keep it for as long as we want. Number two, because of this production system, advanced production system, we can actually produce stable and consistent content of the stem cell. And of course, we can mass produce it, okay? And of course, during the cell line establishment, what happened is that during the production, they can even put in a lot of nutrients for this stem cell, or even give different environment or temperature, or even torture the stem cell so that it can produce high content of phytochemicals which are needed by us. So there is the special things about these production systems, yeah. And of course, last year during our Korean trip, we actually went to see the production line in factory. All this product, CV8 is actually produced in Korea. And this is the production line in which our product is produced, okay? And of course, just to show you some photo, these are all the production line. This is the factory in Korea. And of course, we have seen the facilities lah. A lot of people actually seeing the facilities. I think there's 1 or 2 person, or even 3 or 4 person that actually went together to Korea with us to see the factory. Yeah, and of course, this particular achievement or achievement of extracting the CMC is also shown on the TV in Korea as well, in Discovery Channel. Okay, and Plantel itself also have a lot of what you call that intellectual properties. It has 64 patented, registered, and 22 patents pending globally. And these are some of the patent registered, okay, in Plantel. And of course, through this particular technology, what happened is that, as I mentioned just now, with the CMC technology platform, through Plantel, we can actually produce stable and mass produce of this ginseng stem cell. If you talk about one bioreactor, which is about 250 liters, it can produce about 75,000 roots of wild ginseng. Okay, this is the 75,000 roots of wild ginseng is actually estimate of the rare ginsenosides contained in the ginseng itself. Okay, and because of all this technology, we can produce infinity ginseng stem cell. That means non-stop, forever we can produce as much as we like. Okay, and of course, through this CMC technology platform as well, as I mentioned just now, we can actually control the content of this stem cell. We can control until it gives us the high content of variable and rare ginsenocyte of ginsenocytes such as RAG3, RH2, or even PPD. And through this particular process, what it can do is that whatever low quality ginsenocyte or those ginsenocyte with side effect such as heatiness and things like that, through this particular technology, we can actually take all these ginsenocyte which is not good or which has have side effect on our body, and we keep those ginsenocyte which is good one. Okay, and let me just give you a simple example. Ginseng is actually like like a mountain. Inside the mountain, there's a lot of stones. There are gold. There are even silver, even diamonds. Okay, what we do is that through this particular process, we actually took out all the stones, take away all the stones and normal ginsenocyte, and also those which is not good one. What is left is actually all the gold and diamond of ginsenocyte. Okay, through this particular process, we can do that. And we can even increase the number of all these rare ginsenocyte through the process, through this particular technology, using this particular technology. Okay, that is why whatever left ginsenocyte that is left inside this CV8 are all gold ginsenocyte, and there is no side effects for it. Okay. Sorry, hang again. And of course, we did do a research on what are the contents of the stems, rare ginsenocyte in this wild Korean ginseng CMC. Okay, these are all the different types of ginsenocyte or compounds found inside the 80 years old Korean wild ginseng. Now, each have its own properties, such as it help in cancer and all these things, even antibiotic and all these things. And even some of them has anti-atopy properties. What do you mean by that? Actually, a lot of anti-atopy means that a rare situation, a certain situation of things like asthma trigger or even eczema, by taking this rare ginsenocyte, it also helps to control all these situations. Okay, these are all the benefits of whatever the compound that is found in the ginseng CMC from the Pantel. Okay, if you do have time, you can take a look at all these things. There's a lot of benefits for that. Or even strengthen your immune and all these things. And of course, based on the research on the wild ginseng CMC that is cultivated by this Pantel, we found out that actually there is a lot of benefits for it. One of them is actually it helps to boost up your immune systems. Why? Because by taking this wild ginseng CMC, it actually significantly increased the number of bone marrows. As you know, bone marrows is very important in blood production and all these things. That is why at the same time, it also boosts out your immune system as well. Okay, this particular research is actually from the Korea as well, from the Korea factory, the professor in the Korea factory. So it is actually published it out as well. Okay, apart from that, what else? By taking the wild ginseng CMC, it is proven that it actually significantly increase your natural killer NK cell activity as well. And as you know, NK cell is actually is an immune cell which directly destroy your cancer cell. That is why by increasing your NK cell, it also increase your immune system as well. It is, again, this is actually published in the Life Science as well. Sorry, it hangs as well. And what else? The research also shows that another way of improving your immune system is how? By taking this wild ginseng CMC treatment, it actually significantly increase your lymph nodes. Lymph nodes actually act as a filter in your body to trap all those or prevent those foreign particles in entering it, so that as you increase the lymph nodes, automatically it will also improve your immune system as well. So all this research is actually published as well, okay, by doing the research on the wild CMC. Another benefits that is proven is that it helps in liver protections. Okay, now you can see this picture. There are two mice here. All these two mice are fed with a high-fat diet, and of course, one of them actually add fat with this wild ginseng CMC as well. Now the result is what? The result is the one that we fed with high-fat diet actually has a liver damage, while the one fed with high-fat diet plus the wild ginseng CMC, the liver is protected well. Yeah, and of course, there is another example here. Okay, this is a normal fat diet. Yeah, the liver is good. While this high-fat diet, okay, you can see a lot of red dots. That means the liver is affected or damaged. While number C is high-fat diet plus wild ginseng CMC, fat on the mice, the liver is well protected. So one of the things that it can do is that it actually helps to protect your liver as well. And of course, research also shows that it helps you to improve your blood circulation as well. Now, actually, the research is done on three things. Okay, one is aspirin, one is ginkgo extract, and one is wild ginseng CMC. Now, as compared, the wild ginseng CMC actually shows that it has a higher blood circulation improvement as compared to ginkgo extract or even aspirin. Okay, and overall, the research shows that this wild ginseng stem cell CMC actually has a lot of benefits. It helps in anti-cancer, liver protection, blood circulation, even blood glucose regulation, anti-aging as well, antioxidant, boosts up your immune system, and even the anti-HIV. That is because the institute actually took some of the wild ginseng CMC and bring it to Africa to let all those people who are having HIV patients taking this CMC, and it shows a tremendous results. It shows that there is an improvement in the condition as well. That is why all these are the benefits. And of course, there are one more thing. The research also on CMC stem cell also shows that it actually helps in anti-aging as well. As you know, the things that control our age is actually this telomere. It is actually the countdown timer of human cell. Every time there is a cell division going on, your telomere actually getting shorter and shorter. Now, if it is getting shorter and shorter, that means your cell is getting older and older. That is why as you age, this telomere usually getting shorter and shorter, and what happens is that you are getting older and older. Okay, and the research shows if you take CMC, right, wild ginseng stem cell CMC, what happens is that it helps to maintain the length of your telomere, which in another way helps in anti-aging, because it helps to maintain your youthfulness as well as prolong your cell life as well. Okay, that is why by taking it every day, it actually helps to maintain your telomere. Just imagine how good it is if you can, at the age of 60, your cell age is only at 50 years old. If you take ginseng, okay, how good it is, okay? And of course, there is the 80 years old ginseng stem cell. Now the next ingredient is actually sibatong. Sibatong, I'm sure is very famous. Okay. Now why sibatong? Number one, sibatong is actually quite widely used in Asia 1,000 years ago as a folk medicine, and even approximately 200 years ago, during a military expedition, Alexander the Great actually recognized this sibatong as hippophae. In Latin, it means the bright horse. Now, why he named this sibatong as the bright horse? Because during the military expedition, I think after the war, a lot of the of his troops or soldiers are weak, or even the horse are injured, are weak, and while one time he discovered that how come the horse suddenly becomes recovers so fast and becomes so energetic, he found out that actually the horse actually ate this sibatong. As a result of it, the horse recover very fast and recover the energy very fast as well. So what he did is that he actually asked the soldiers to take the same thing, the sibatong, and they also at the same time recover very fast, regain their energy very fast. And of course, the Genghis Khan, the emperor of Mongolia, who actually created the largest emperor in the 13th century. According to Genghis Khan, the reason why he can build such a big empire is because of three things. Number one, a well-organized army. Number two is strong discipline, and number three, of course, is the sibatong. So the sibatong is actually a very well-known ingredient in the market, and it is used by a lot of people. Why sibatong? Because sibatong is actually rich in many nutrients. According to the research, not 190, I think it's 400 plus types of bioactive compounds, including omega 3, 6, 9, 7, 9, vitamins, calcium, and other things. And of course, this sibatong has the highest antioxidant properties. Yeah, it is a very strong antioxidant properties. It contains a lot of natural antioxidants such as vitamin C, A, all those, and beta carotene. Beta carotene is very important for your eyes. And if you take this sibatong regularly, it will help in anti-aging, boost up your immune system and all these things. And one of the most important point is that by taking this sibatong, it also helps to stimulate the growth of some of the stem cell in your body as well. Okay. And if you compare the vitamin contains of sibatong with other ingredients such as other fruits, such as the kiwi fruit, orange, and all these things, actually the sibatong contains quite a high contains of various vitamins. Okay. And of course, why aronia berries? Mainly because of aronia berries actually contains the highest level of antioxidant, which we call it anthocyanins, and as well as proanthocyanins. Okay, if you compare with other well-known fruits, this aronia actually contains the highest level of this compound. And also, this particular aronia also contains highest manganese content. Now, let me just later on, I will explain why it is important to have this manganese content. Now, according to research, if you talk about 100 grams of this aronia, it actually contains about 26.6 grams of manganese. And of course, aronia itself has a lot of benefits as well. If you take this regularly, it actually helps a lot of things like your circulatory, respiratory, and digestive systems. It prevents gastric damage and protects your liver as well, and all these things. Okay. And of course, if you compare with other super fruits like elderberries, blackcurrant, red currant, gooseberry, this aronia actually contains the highest content of anthocyanins and proanthocyanins. Okay, that means it is a very strong antioxidant properties. And of course, the fourth ingredient is actually pomegranate. First of all, why pomegranate? Pomegranate is actually in the old times, it is considered as the fruit given by God. This pomegranate is actually mentioned in the Bible many times in various chapters, even in Exodus, even in Deuteronomy, and even in for Muslim, it is mentioned in Quran, because they believe that this particular fruits is actually a gift from God. Okay, and of course, why pomegranate? First of all, it actually contains a lot of antioxidant minerals and vitamins such as A, E, K, and B. And of course, the key thing is that this pomegranate actually contains a lot of vitamin K. I will mention later why vitamin K is very important. And of course, this pomegranate also have a lot of properties, lower your blood pressure, cholesterol, all these properties. Okay, you can, if you have time, you can take a look at it. And of course, according to research, this pomegranate actually contains ingredient for a lot of women's beauty, okay, such as allergic acid, polyphenol, which helps in beauty. And if you compare the nutrition, if you talk about just vitamin K, actually pomegranate contains 7.5 times more vitamin K than the strawberry. As I mentioned just now, the vitamin K, I will mention why it is important. Yeah. Okay. Now, the special things about this product is actually the formulation itself. With the combine of these four ingredients. Number one, the 80 years old wild Korean ginseng is already very special. The stem cell itself. Okay, it contains a lot of ginsenoside. And what it does is that the cibatong is actually a very strong antioxidant. Cibatong, there are two roles cibatong plays in this special formulation. Now, cibatong itself, since it is a very strong antioxidant, it can act as a natural preservative, okay, to preserve whatever the ginsenoside, rare ginsenoside extract from the wild Korean ginseng. Okay. Number two, it also acts as a carrier to carry the ginsenoside into our body. That is why the cibatong not only preserve and protect the ginsenoside, it also helps in improving our delivery system for these particular products. Okay, what about aronia? Aronia, and as I mentioned just now, aronia contains a lot of manganese. Okay, what it does is that aronia actually play a very important role in activate many enzymes in metabolism and play a role in variety of chemical process in our body. Now, what it does is that it helps in protein and amino acid digestion and utilization, as well as the metabolism of cholesterol and carbohydrate in our body as well. At the same time, if a lot of our vitamins inside our body will need this manganese, okay, for our body to use, okay, it will help our body to absorb it, to use it, the manganese, okay. That is why the manganese actually, arona also play a very important role in improving your delivery systems and absorption and all these things. What about pomegranate? Pomegranate, as I mentioned just now, it contains a lot of this wild ginseng, vitamin K, sorry, not wild ginseng, vitamin K. Now, vitamin K actually play a very important role in activate certain proteins that plays crucial role in blood clotting, bone metabolism, and heart health as well. Okay, let me just give you a simple example. Now we know that our body need to take calcium every day. Okay, take calcium every day. Why? So that we will not get osteoporosis, so that our bone and teeth are strong enough. Now, what vitamin K, one of the key role of vitamin is actually to do what? Vitamin K actually helps to activate a protein called osteocalcin inside our body. And this osteocalcin is actually play a very important role. What it does is that when you take calcium, this osteocalcin actually lead all the calcium into the right place, into your bones, into your teeth as well. Now, if you without this osteocalcin, okay, what will happen is that all the calcium will actually eventually flow into your bloodstream, into your vessel, and this actually causes the hardening of your vessels or veins. Okay, that is why the vitamin K actually helps to stimulate this osteocalcin so that it acts as a guide, tour guide, act as a guide to guide all those calcium to go into the right place, proper place like the bones and in the teeth, and it helps to lock the calcium inside your teeth or bone as well. So this is another example. This vitamin K play a very important role. That is why with this special formulation, with each individual, the functions that each ingredient play, through this formulation, as I mentioned just now, we can preserve the CMC whilst ginseng stem cell, rare ginsenoside, with the help of Cibatong. At the same time, because of other ingredient, it helps maintain the bioavailability inside our body, and it gives a supreme delivery and absorption system, which in terms, it gives a very high efficacy for this product. That is why a lot, don't be surprised if you take one or two pouch, sometimes you can see certain results already. Like for example, I've seen people who just take one or two pouch 2 times. Then after that, what happens is that they can sleep very well. They feel more energetic. Some even having old wounds. Okay, what happens is that the wounds have not have any pain at all for a long time already. Then after taking this ginsenoside, immediately the pain actually came back just for 1 or 2 days. Then after that, after they continue to consume this product, the pain actually gone. It is actually the sign of this, after you taking this, it is actually working on repairing your wounds. Okay, and for myself, I even have I think last 2 weeks, I actually have the back injuries on my back, and the situation was so bad that you know, the doctor says I could hardly move. If you just move a bit, it's in pain. It is in pain. The doctor even told me that, oh, this will actually last for about, you need to have a good rest for at least 2 weeks. So for the first day, I actually couldn't do much. I just lie on the bed or lie on the sofa. What I did is that I used iron laser, and I took this CV8 as well. Okay, what happened is that surprisingly, the first day the pain is unbearable. After the second day, the pain start to reduce. On the third day itself, you still cannot have a big movement lah. I mean, there is still pain if you have a big movement. But on the 4th day itself, after taking the CVA for 4 days, what happened is that surprisingly, on the 4th day itself, the pain is completely resolved. Now I can even carry my child. So there is no pain. This is what I experienced on this CV8. And of course, there are people, even people who are after taking this product, they realize that, you know, the skin becomes smoother, okay, whiter, okay. So these are some of the things. If you take this CV8 and you regularly take it, these are the benefits that you can see, okay. And of course, if you take it regularly, what it can help improving. Number one, it helps to improve your brain functions, okay? You feel more alert, you don't feel tired easily. You can improve your memories as well. And of course, for those people who are having digestion issue, after taking this product, it will definitely improve your digestive systems, and it helps to promote your blood circulation. Now, some people even ask me, if you take this product, will you feel heaty? Some people says, oh, I feel a bit heaty after taking this product. In actual fact, it is not heaty. Okay, it is not the side effects which cause the heatiness, because as I mentioned just now, the stem cell, the ginsenoside in the stem cell, whatever ginsenoside that has the side effects is already taken out. What is left in the stem cell is actually all the red ginsenoside. Okay, so it won't have side effect. Now, why certain people after taking, they might feel that it's a bit heaty? That is mainly because of this product also helps to promote blood circulation as well. Okay, as long as you drink sufficient water, you won't feel heaty one. I have one or two customers, even they say every day they eat a lot of durian continuously and they take CV8, they also don't feel heaty. Okay, and of course it helps to improve your heart function as well. It minimizes your fatigue. After taking this, definitely you will feel very energetic. There's a few times which I've tried it myself, okay, without using the IM laser. Okay, I try this product alone, yeah, and by just taking one pouch per day, it gives enough energy for me throughout the whole day. And if you use it with IM laser, it is even more effective. Okay, and it improves your liver function, and the research shows that just now it helps to protect your liver, and of course anti-aging properties. Okay, how do you use it actually? We recommend those people to consume it one pouch per day. And of course, those who are having health issues, we recommend them to consume at least 2 to 3 sachets per day, 1 sachet each time. And the best way to consume it is 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after meal. Before you consume it, make sure you shake the whole thing so that they can mix well all the ingredient. Okay. And who should actually consume it? Those people who want to maintain their body at peak performance, whatever their age, and people who want to take preventive steps to fight or manage chronic degenerative disease like heart problem, stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, those who want to improve their immune systems, and also people who are experiencing decreasing memories, energy, you always feel tired easily. This will actually boost your energy as well. And of course, if you want to become beautiful, you want to prolong your age, or even you want to live healthily, or even improve your skin condition, look beautiful, you can take this CV8 as well. Okay. And of course, some people will ask who should not actually take this product. My opinion is there are 2 types of people that you should not try not to take this product. Number one is a person with this condition called hemophilia. It is actually a genetic blood condition. That means this particular person is usually born with very thin blood. Okay, if you have a cut, the blood, the bleeding is hard to stop. Okay, so this type of people, we don't encourage them to take this CV8. And of course, the second type is actually the pregnant woman. Yeah. And of course, no one can stop a ticking clock, but the great one always found a way to slow it down. This is actually the words from the movie Draft Day. And there are a lot of people who actually, you can see there's a huge difference in their age and energy level. A very good example is actually Roger Federer. He actually won the 2 Grand Slam title in year 2017 when he is 36. Okay, he has been training for almost 17 years without stop. And of course, according to the research, the top 5 male tennis player average age is about 29.2. But at the age of 36, he still can win 2 Grand Slam title. So it shows that how good is his vitality, even despite his age. Okay. And another person, excuse me for a while, hang again. Another example is actually this person called LeBron James. And he won consecutively seven times ranked #1 NBA player when he's at the age of 32. Now, average age for NBA players is only 28.8. So at the age of 32, he still can consecutively win 7 times ranked #1. Okay, so it again shows that the energy level, the vitality, the youthfulness of this person. Hands again. And of course, this another example. This person is called Izuro Suzuki. He is actually a professional baseball player. Now, average baseball player is actually 28 years old plus. Okay, but at the age of 43, he still play in year 2017, and since 2005 he has not taken any vacation at all. That means at this age he still can play, still have the energy level to play as a professional baseball player. Therefore, okay, therefore, now maintaining youthfulness is no longer a myth. You can be like all those people mentioned just now. By just taking this CV8 Infinity, it can help all these things to become a reality. Okay, so don't forget, if you haven't tried it, you should try it. After you try, after you take for a certain period of time, definitely you will feel the difference on energy level, on skin, even a lot of things. So you have not tried, please try it. Okay, there's all my presentations. Now, if you do have any question, you can feel free to ask now. Yeah, so far okay, everybody can understand. Any questions you want to ask, or anything you don't understand?
Andrew, there's one question. Eric Tan say very dry. What does it mean by very dry?
You know, maybe he says my presentation is too dry.
Oh, Eric, you can actually unmute yourself and then you can
Yeah.
actually ask. Yeah, I think that will be easier. How is the Korean something?
Ginseng, okay. Korean ginseng, as you compare Korean ginseng with China ginseng and American ginseng, the huge difference is actually the contents of the ginsenoside inside the ginseng. Ginsenoside is actually the chemical, phytochemicals that is important in, if you take ginseng, ginsenoside is the one that responsible for improving your health, even have medicine properties. Now, Korean ginseng itself actually contains, according to research, Korean ginseng actually contains 38 types of ginsenoside, while China is, I think, is 16 types. Just now I show it in the slide, and American Let me just show you on the slide. I forget the figure already. Just give me a second.
Eric, you hold on for a while. Let Andrew finish the question, and then you can unmute yourself and then ask question. Now, can you please mute yourself first, because there is
Already,
some. Yeah.
already. No, what I mean to say, very dry means because of all those scientific terms. If you, if, to
Oh.
my case, if I think if you present like that, a lot of people will fall asleep.
No choice. If you do not talk about all the things, you cannot differentiate what is so special about this CV8. That is the whole point
Yeah.
of the technology itself and things like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
no
true.
choice we have to present in this way I don't want to present in this way, but if you do not present in this way, people will not be able to understand. Let me just now, who is the person who asked about the difference between the? Let me just share with you. Just give me a second. Okay. Now, Korean ginseng, according to the research, it shows that the Korean ginseng actually contains the most type of ginsenosides, while American ginseng only about 14 types, Chinese ginseng 15 types. Yeah, so that is actually the difference. That is why Korean ginseng is called Phanex ginseng. Why it is overall? That means it is that means for your whole body. Now, if you talk about the plant cultivated ginseng compared to wild ginseng even contains even more types of ginsenoside, because the wild ginseng has go through a very harsh environment, temperature. So the plant itself will actually release more this ginsenoside, to protect itself from all this environment. That is why the difference is actually lies in the numbers types of ginsenoside. Okay, so can you understand?
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. I think it's quite clear for the ginseng, not the type that we choose to be choose the Korean one. That's another question, Andrew.
Okay, the ginseng, Mr. Lim, the ginseng is using stem cell technology, correct? The CMC, stem cell. Okay, the other product, it is more to puree. They mean juice. Okay, it is more the juice. The stem cell is the one, the ginsenoside is the one that is most precious because it contains all the rare ginsenoside. While the Cibatong also rich in what you call that, rich in nutrients, but of course Cibatong has its own functions. It helps, as I mentioned just now, it acts as a preservative that preserve the ginsenoside, helps to protect the ginsenoside from damage as well as oxidation, and also the Cibatong will actually act as a carrier to carry all those ginsenoside into your body so that it can be absorbed easily. Another person asked, the CV8 ginseng has the CV8 ginseng been proven to be effective in helping people with chronic joint pain after surgery, or even after taking even years of taking all supplement, glucosamine, any personal or so far, ginsenoside, we have not had any person who had this situation and taking this CV8 for this situation. Usually the chronic joint pain, if you talk about relief pain, is more to use IM laser, and of course the CV8, whether it can help in chronic joint pain, I really do not know at this moment. Okay. How it is produced?
No, I think
Oh, it
you have
is.
already answered the question just now. That was referring to
Uh,
the first. Yeah. Just now you said the ginseng oxide, the Sibaton one.
oh, yeah. It is actually puree, juice. What happened is that uh, um, as I mentioned just now, that it is actually the whole production systems that they use. What they do is that they actually cultivate the whatever stem cell that you need. Then they put in the big cylinder. They put in whatever the nutrients, whatever things that you need. Then through that, they actually mass produce it. Any more questions? I try my best to answer whatever issues that you are having, but if I cannot answer, then I will check for you all and let you all know. Yeah. Any more questions regarding this product? And I heard quite a lot of people can CV8 help cure cancer patient? If you very good questions. First of all, let me emphasize that CV8 is not for curing cancer. Okay, it's not for curing cancer. CV8 is just registered as a food, But of course, if you take this CV8 regularly, it contains some of the ginsenoside will helps to helps to control your cancer cell or destroy your cancer cell. As I mentioned just now, I did talk about the NK cell. The research shows that. That is why we don't sell this product as a cancer patient, because this is very sensitive. Cancer is actually one of the most complicated issues in the world. So we cannot tell people that this is for cancer patient or this helps to cure cancer. But of course, the research do a lot of research on this what you call that Korean wild ginseng CMC shows that it does improve in the cancer situation okay. The slide show that it has a we do let's put it this way lah. For myself, I don't have the testimony, but last time when this what you call that the CEO of this plantel, when he do a presentation, he did show us some of the testimony or some of the research done on various patients that it does improve in the cancer patient situation. It does reduce the cancer. But of course, this testimony is all the research from the company itself. So I do not have it, okay? And we cannot just take it out and show you all that or cancer. What will happen is that you all will sell this product to the cancer patient. You all will target all the cancer patients. So there is not the right, not the
purpose, not the
yeah,
main
not the
purpose.
purpose of this CV8. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
indirectly it does
we can
helps.
actually, yeah, indirectly it does help. We
I
can
don't know
advise.
whether I don't know whether did you attend this talk. During this talk, he did actually show some of the testimony or some of the research shows that the cancer did drop, indicator did drop tremendously after taking this product. Even the HIV, it helps to improve the whole body condition as well. Okay. Any more questions? Hopefully, I have given you all a rough idea of what is this product all about, what it can do, and of course, the best way to keep yourself young and energetic is by using this product and IM laser together. With a two combination, I can tell you that the effectiveness will increase significantly. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, don't mind me asking, is it too technical for you? Huh? Is it too technical for you all? I try to make it as simple as possible already. But you still need to mention the key point. That is why am I mentioning the key point? Because there is all the selling point that you can use. 80 years old stem cell CMC, and of course the uniqueness of the ingredient itself, the formulation. Okay, there is a main purpose of adding. There are certain reasons why you add this Sibatong, Arona, as well as pomegranate. This particular formulation is actually formulated by the Sydney University, the professor from Sydney University, as well as China Science Academy. Okay, the Plantel is the one that provide us with the technology that you can extract the CMC stem cell. That is the why the CBMGR is formed. Yeah. Any more questions?
No more question.
No more questions.
That's very good.
So for those people who have not buy, can buy.
Yeah. Should try.
Okay.
Should try. Very good.
Should try. Okay.